Hi, I'm Ivan Zoot. I'm the Director of Education and Training with the Andis Company, and welcome to another edition of Andis Tooltips on the web. In 1998, I broke the Guinness World Records for haircutting. 10 years later, exactly to the date, I reclaimed the 3 Guinness World Records for haircutting. Fastest haircut in the world, 55 seconds. The most haircuts in 1 hour, 34. Perfect haircuts judged before, during, and after. And the most professional haircuts in 24 hours, straight through, non-stop, without a break. Today's video is the secrets of the world record, what I developed called revolution cutting, the notion of economy of motion. We're going to share it with you today in this video. I'm going to take you through the graphic and I'm going to take you through the cutting demo. Check it out. Now, take a look at the board up here. It's a cheesy, tacky drawing because I did it with this digital electronic teaching tool that they have here at Empire Education Group in their schools. Very fancy, very high-tech. A little difficult for me to get to use, but this is what we call the revolution cutting graphic. There's a human head viewed from above. That's the nose, that's the ears. We're looking down from above on a human head. This is the revolution cutting diagram. It explains the concept of the notion of economy of motion. Everything you need to do to cut hair better and faster while maintaining quality and while maintaining customer service. Here's the idea. We're going to start at the client's left temple in revolution number 1. We're going to cut from the left temple all the way around to the right temple. When we get to the right temple, we're going to stop, turn around, and cut back in the other direction in what we call revolution number 2. Then we're going to go to revolution number 3, starting over where we left off. Revolution number 3, all the way around the other way. We're going to do one thing each time, one technique or one skill in each revolution, revolving back and forth and back and forth around the head. The basic revolution cut requires 4 trips around the head as you see it here, as you will see it just a minute on a mannequin. But we're going to use that system to work effectively, to work efficiently, always working in the direction of revolution. If you missed something over here, you'll come back and get it later. You're going to keep moving on. As many revolutions as it takes to complete the haircut. The idea is plan your work and work your plan. Here's the revolution diagram. In just 1 second, we're going to change this over and we're going to put up the steps for the basic revolution cut, and we'll take you through it on the board, then we'll take you through it on a head. Watch and learn and save time and make more money. Okie dokie, here we go. Here's the steps. For the basic revolution cut, any short haircut, classic tapered haircut where we apply the revolution cutting system, in this case we're going to work with 4 steps. We're going to take you through those steps. Step number 1 is going to be cutting the perimeter. Step number 2, layer the interior. We're going to use clipper over comb underhand to layer the interior. Step number 3 is blend top to bottom. We'll use clipper over comb overhand to do our blending. And step number 4 is to line up and edge up the haircut. That's a basic revolution cut. You can add as many steps as you need. You can go back to an additional step, but plan it out first. Literally, take a piece of paper, lay out your steps ahead of time so you think about your work, set out your steps, plan your work, and work your plan. In this case, it's a minimum 4-step revolution cut, which is exactly the way that I earned 3 Guinness World Records. So we're going to switch this off, and we're now going to go to the mannequin head, and we're actually going to demo and walk you through the technical steps. Stick around. Okay, here we go. It's time to do the actual cutting. Now, I made some cheater marks on the mannequin. I put a 1, a 3, and an arrow pointing that way. And on the other side of the head, I put a 2 and a 4 and an arrow pointing that way. What that's designed to, and by the way, keep in mind, the demo here is for a right-handed hair cutter. If you were a left-handed hair cutter, you'd start on the opposite side of the head and you'd flip-flop everything, but the lefties already know that. Step number 1, revolution number 1, starting at the client's left temple, working around to the client's right temple, is going to be to cut in the perimeter. For the purposes of this demo, I'm going to use a 4-guard. We're keeping the haircut fairly simple. We're going to go all the way around in revolution. It's going to look like this. Start at the client's temple, overlap the rows, always working in the direction of revolution. Working around the head this way. Now, I missed that piece. I'll get it later. Don't go back. The idea is to always be working constantly forward in the direction of revolution. For the purposes of this demo, step number 1 in the revolution cut is to cut in the perimeter using a number 4 guard. Step number 2, when we arrive at the client's right temple, it's time to turn around and head back in the other direction. So we're going to grab our clipper comb, we're going to hold our clipper, and because we are cutting clipper over comb over the crest line, we're going to go to underhand position. Underhand is called underhand because our hand is held under the clipper. We're going to use our water bottle. We're going to dampen the hair slightly, just for a little bit of feeding. Don't worry about a little water, it's no problem. And we're going to work around the head, starting over where we left off. Revolution number 2, heading back the opposite direction. Looking down from above, we're going to use a rotating or panel cutting or radial parting technique to work around the head. So we're going to start over where we left off. We're going to start out low, and we're going to walk our way up the head form. Underhand clipper over comb. Notice I cut that section right there. Now I move over to the neighboring section. I've got a piece of the previously cut section in my comb to serve as my guide, and I walk around the head. Now, I don't really walk around the head. I'm going to remain stationary, and I'm going to turn the client. Turning the chair or reorienting the client to the cutter's position is one of the essential secrets in revolution cutting. So you're not putting the miles on you, you're putting the miles on the chair, and you're putting the miles on the client. This lets you work very efficiently, very effectively around the head. As I come up to the top here, notice I've always got a piece of the previous cut section in my comb to serve as my guide. And I'm layering the head up from below, up from below, up from below, all the way up to top dead center. Now when I get to this corner, that's the end of revolution number 2. I'm ready to begin revolution number 3. Before I go into that revolution, I'm just going to go top, front, and center and tie those 2 sides together. Thus far, we've seen 2 revolutions. Revolution number 1, I cut in the perimeter. Revolution number 2, I layer the interior. Revolution number 3, starting over at the client's left temple, I'm now going to blend the top and bottom together. Once again, I'm going to dampen the hair slightly. Don't be afraid of a little bit of moisture in the hair. It'll help things to flow a little bit better. But I'm going to now go to clipper over comb overhand. I previously used clipper over comb underhand because I was working over the crest line. Now in the crest line area, I'm going to go to overhand position. It's going to look like this. And notice what I'm doing. I'm tying or blending the top and bottom together, blending my layering into my tapering. That's a natural way for me to come around the head. Look at my position here, just tying the bottom that I cut in revolution number 1 with the layering that I did in revolution number 2. Now as I go around the head, if I missed something back here, don't go back and get it. You'll get it later when you come back on it just a little bit later. Work your way around. When you get to the end of revolution number 3, you're going to stop. You're going to turn around and you're going to go back the opposite direction in revolution number 4. As we laid out the plan, revolution number 1, cut in the perimeter. Revolution number 2, layer the interior. Revolution number 3, blend it together. Revolution number 4 is to detail the perimeter. We're going to switch now to our trimmer and our finishing comb. And again, we're going to start over where we left off. At the sideburn, at the corner, at the right-hand corner, at the beginning of revolution number 4. I'm going to come around the ear, I'm going to block my side, I'm going to go to the center back. Notice I remain stationary. You know, the discipline associated with cutting for a camera is a great way to train for this because the camera stays there and I always have to move my work to where the viewer and the camera can see it. I come up around behind the ear. Now I'm going to break slightly from revolution just to connect through the ear with good form, and I wind up here at the back of the opposite side. I have now executed my revolution cut. 4 revolutions starting here with revolution number 1, cut in the perimeter. Revolution number 2, layer the interior, blend it together, and line an edge. That's the 4 steps involved in a basic revolution cut. You can add as many steps as you'd like based on the work that you wish to do. For instance, at this point, if we needed to pick up a blending scissors and do some blending, if we needed to pick up a short guard and do some tapering, if we needed to go back in and fine-tune the blending, it doesn't matter as long as we do it in one complete revolution and as long as we alternate one revolution to the next, revolving back and forth around the head. You've got the revolution cutting concept, you've got an efficiency system, and you've got a great way to take good care of customers and to make more money. Don't forget your clipper insurance. Andis Cool Care 5-in-1 spray for a hard-working clipper. Andis Clipper Oil, every clipper, every trimmer, every client, every time. Don't forget to check us out at andis.com on the web. You know where to go for great information. And if you'd like a paper copy of the revolution cutting technique and information, go to andis.com on the web, click on the box that says Ask the Expert, and email me requesting that I send you the printed copy of the Andis Revolution Cutting, Secrets of the World Record. We share this stuff with you guys to help you make more money, build more business, and have more fun. Thank you for tuning in today. This was one of our longer videos, but I think it was well worth the time because we shared some great information with you. We'll see you here on the web. We'll see you at a hair show. Thanks, and have a great day.